Welcome to this beginner-friendly granny square crochet top tutorial. Today we're going to be working with granny squares, and I've chosen colors that go well with blue. So there's light blue, there's white, and for the border we're going to keep the same main color, which I've chosen as dark blue. You'll need a 5mm hook and a pair of scissors, and that's it. So we're starting off with a magic ring. I've done it slowly and close to the camera so you can see exactly how to do it. You can see I've gone under the first piece, over the second, and then pulled it under the first piece of yarn, and there we go. So now we're going to chain twice and do one single double crochet inside our magic ring. So you yarn over, pull twice, yarn over, pull twice, then we're going to chain 2, and now we're going to do 3 double crochets inside our magic ring. So you yarn over, pull 2, yarn over, pull 2, that's our first. Now we do our second double crochet, and then our third, yarn over, pull 2. We're going to chain twice again, and we're going to do another 3 double crochets inside our magic ring. That's our first double crochet, then we're going to do our second, and then our third. And now we're going to chain twice and do our last 3 double crochets. Gonna pull over and pull 2, yarn over, pull 2. That's 1 double crochet. Then we're gonna do 2 more of those. Oops. One more double crochet, and after this we're going to chain twice. Let me just pull some yarn. We're gonna chain twice, and then we're going to do 1 double crochet, not 3, just 1. So yarn over, pull 2, and then use the first piece of yarn from the beginning, just pull it until there is like no gaps in the middle, and then we're going to do a slip stitch. So you can see the first visible stitch, just put your yarn through it, your hook, yarn over and pull through. Then we're just gonna yarn over and pull through again, and there we go. Then we're going to take our scissors and we're going to cut the yarn, leaving us a little piece left. I made a knot on the other side, and then I just cut off the excess. So you can see we're done with our first row, and now we'll start our second. So for our second row, we're going to begin at any one of the corners, and we're going to start using our secondary color, and we're going to chain twice. So you can see it chained once, chain twice, and we're going to do 1 double crochet into the same stitch. So in this case, a double crochet into the corner. Yarn over, pull 2, then we're going to chain once. I know I've chained twice here, but you're going to chain once, and you are going to do 3 double crochets into the next corner. So yarn over, pull 2, yarn over, pull 2, there's 1. We're going to do 2 more double crochets into that corner, and then we are going to chain twice and do another 3 double crochets into the same corner. So yarn over, pull 2, yarn over, pull 2, do that 2 more times, and you can kind of see that a corner is being formed, and pull 2. So now we're going to chain once and do another 3 double crochets into the next stitch. So it's the same process. We're gonna do 3 double crochets, we're gonna chain twice, and then do another 3 double crochets into the same stitch. So yarn over, pull 2, yarn over, pull 2, chain 2, and 3 double crochets into the same corner to kind of form, you know, a corner for our second row. Pull 2, yarn over, pull 2, one more double crochet, and then chain once and do 3 double crochets into the next corner. So we're gonna yarn over, pull 2, yarn over, pull 2. We're gonna do 2 more double crochets, and then we're going to chain twice, and we're going to do 3 more double crochets into the same stitch. So we're going to chain once, and we're going to do, from the stitch we started from, we're going to do 3 double crochets into that very stitch. Oops. So yarn over, pull 2, yarn over, pull 2, one more double crochet, and this is our third. And then we're going to chain twice, and we're going to do only 1 double crochet into that stitch. So you pull 2, yarn over, pull 2, and then a slip stitch. So you can see this is the first visible stitch. We're going to put our hook through it, and we're just going to yarn over, pull through, and then we're going to cut off a piece. So here I'm going to show you how I tidy it up. So I first make like a loose knot, so I don't pull too tight because I will change the shape. So just a loose knot, and then I do another knot. This one is tighter. So I'm going to put a tight knot here, and then I just cut off the excess with a pair of scissors. So I'm just going to jump straight into our third row. So we're starting from the middle stitch. I'm chaining twice and then doing 1 double crochet into that middle stitch. This is not our corner stitch. We're going to chain once and do 3 double crochets into our corner stitch. So yarn over, pull 2, yarn over, pull 2, do 2 more double crochets into that corner, pull 2, yarn over, pull 2, and then we're going to chain twice, and we're going to do another 3 double crochets into that same stitch. So the process is pretty similar for the corners. We're going to do the same thing. The only difference is this time in the middle stitch we are only going to do 3 double crochets. We're not going to chain twice and do a total of 6. So we're going to chain once here. To move over into the middle stitch, we're going to do 3 double crochets. So that's 1. Now onto the second. And then a final third. And then chain once and do the same thing. We're going to do 3 double crochets into the corner. That's 1. That's 2. Whoops. And then, oops. We're going to do 1 more double crochet. Then we're going to chain twice again and do another 3 double crochets. So I've sped it up here, but the process is the same. I've written it down. And you can also rewind the video if you get confused. So after we've done 3 double crochets inside of this stitch, we're going to chain once and do 3 double crochets into the corner like we've done previously. So yarn over, pull 2, yarn over, pull 2. Do that 2 more times. And then we're going to chain twice, do another 3 double crochets. So that's 1, that's 2, and then our final one, 3. Then we're going to chain once and we're going to do 1 double crochet into that middle stitch. So only 1. So yarn over, pull 2, and then we're going to do a slip stitch. And our 3rd row is finished. Just cut off a piece here, tidy it up, and voila. She's already looking pretty cute, but now we're going to do our last row. I'm going with dark blue. Remember to keep all of your granny squares with the same colored border. So we're going to start in this stitch next to the corner. We're going to chain twice and do 1 double crochet into that stitch. So yarn over, pull 2, yarn over, pull 2, chain 1, and do 3 double crochets into the corner stitch. So that's 1, that is 2, and then a 3rd, and then we're going to chain twice and do another 3 double crochets into the same stitch. After we've done that, we will chain once and do 3 double crochets into this next stitch. That's 1, that's 2, and then a 3rd. And then we are going to chain once, like you can see here, we're chaining once, and then we're going to do another 3 double crochets into the next stitch. Not the same stitch, we are moving on to the other stitch. So yarn over, pull 2, yarn over, pull 2, till you have 3 double crochets. Then we are going to chain once and do 3 double crochets into the corner. So I've sped it up here again, but the process is the same. So you're going to do 3 double crochets, chain twice, 3 more double crochets into the corner, and for the middle parts, we are only going to do 3 double crochets into that stitch, and we're always going to chain once to move into the next stitch. And I'll see you at the end of this row. So into this stitch, we're going to do 3 double crochets. So that's 1. This is our 2nd, and then a final 3rd double crochet, and we're gonna pull 2, and then we're gonna chain once, and from the stitch where we started, we're going to do a single double crochet. So we're only going to do one double crochet into the stitch, and then we're going to do a slip stitch. So we're just going to pull through and we're done. So this was our last row. This is how the completed look is for the granny square. Yeah, it's done. And over here, I'm going to show you how to attach two granny squares together. So you can see that these are the front sides, and you're going to take one of the front sides and flip it the other way around. And along this line is where we want to attach both of the squares. So we're going to grab our hook, we're going to put it through both corners, and we're going to do a slip stitch using the same colored as we used for our borders. So just a normal slip stitch, and we're going to do that in every stitch along both of the squares. So you can see I've put my hook inside these identical stitches and just done a slip stitch. So just put it inside the stitch, inside the next one, and just do a slip stitch. And for these parts with these circles, we're just going to put our hook through them. We're not going to try to slip stitch the chains. Just put it through those holes. And then we're going back to the stitches. It can get a bit confusing trying to see them, especially if the color you've chosen is dark, but don't worry, it's actually very, very easy. And once you flip it over straight, you won't even be able to see the stitches. So don't worry too much if you maybe make a mistake here. But when you make granny squares, the most important part is to count your stitches. So as long as you have identical number of stitches on both squares, you should be good. So I've sped it up here, but you can see that I'm just doing slip stitches for all of those stitches, and we're done. So here's how it looks when it's on from the front side. And we're gonna do that again. So we're gonna do a slip stitch for each one of these stitches along the line we want to attach them, and then once you have two pairs, you can combine them both using the same exact method of flipping over one pair of those granny squares across the other and just doing a slip stitch inside each stitch. So make sure when you're flipping the granny square that initially you're facing the two front sides, and then you flip the front side over the other one. And then that way, once you flip them back over, you will have both of the front facing better looking granny squares. And here you can see me struggling to cut that piece of yarn. Anyway, so we're done with our first column. I've made another here, and we're going to combine them the same exact way. Just flip it over and just do slip stitch across the line you want to attach them. So this is what it looks like when I've combined 3 columns. So I joined it over here. You can see the stitches by flipping it back over, and then we're going to flip this side, do stitches along this line, and then once you flip it back, you can't see them, and voila, perfect. So once you do that twice, you can put them side by side, flip one over the other, and you're going to do the exact same thing. You're going to make slip stitches into each of those stitches, and then once you've done that, turn it all inside out. So this is the inside out, and I'm just gonna do slip stitches along this last side that isn't connected. And so for the strap, you can see I'm starting from one of these corners and I'm doing 2 chains and then a double crochet into the same stitch. And another double crochet from this middle stitch. And I'm doing this where 2 granny squares are combined with each other. We're going to do 2 more double crochets into the second corner. So this is 1, then we're going to do another. So yarn over, pull 2, yarn over, pull 2, and then we're going to flip this over. We're going to chain 1, flip this over, and we're going to do a double crochet inside of these stitches that we just made. So yarn over, pull 2, yarn over, pull 2, and then do another double crochet inside the next stitch. And basically we are going to repeat the same method. We're gonna chain 1. After we've done this, we're gonna chain 1 and then we're going to do another double crochet into each one of these stitches. And you're gonna do as many rows as you want because the length of the strap is perfectly customizable. So you just work with whatever works for you, but be sure to count how many rows you do because it is likely that when you're making the second strap, you might accidentally make it a bit longer or a bit shorter, and then the whole top will be a bit lopsided. Also, you can always add more rows to your granny squares to make them bigger, and you could do 16 instead of 24 if you wanted to make it into a crop top. Over here, I've done 24. So this is the final look. It's very cute. I love how it turned out. I hope this tutorial was helpful for you, and if you do decide to try this out, let me know in the comments how it turned out.